Welcome everybody, it is The Essence, and today I'm going to be doing another scouting breakdown on a player that I have a lot of belief in, and that is Koa Pete. He has shown through his high school film that he is an absolute monster at 6'8", 240, with a very, well-rounded skill set for a guy of that stature. Now, a lot of guys who cover, high school basketball or, cover the NBA draft have kind of slept on Koa Pete a bit because they're not buyers of his shooting, which is the biggest area of his game that needs improvement at the moment. But I think that he could be a pretty decent shooter. His mechanics aren't awful. His form's pretty good. He has good touch. And overall, everything else about his game is very polished. Like, even though he's a big, dominant force, you would think he's not really that good of a ball handler, but he is. He has very, smooth ball handling skill. He can get through gaps very easily. He handles pressure very well. He is very adept at breaking down defenders off the dribble, which is just an insane skill to have parlayed with everything else, Koa Pete offers. Because Koa gets off the floor faster than maybe any player I've seen, and the ability to jump from him is absolutely freakish. Like, it's not that he jumps high, it is his lateral jumping. This dude, and you'll see it throughout this film that I'm going to show you guys today, he flies through the air. He literally glides. He jumps and he stays in the air for like 5 seconds, damn near. Like, he will just be gliding through the air, and it makes him an absolute just menace to stop getting to the rim. And that's where I think Koa Pete has the highest potential. I feel like a lot of people are looking at Koa Pete as like a play finisher, like defensive wing type of guy who offers a lot of athleticism with some skill. And I don't really think that he's going to be that. I could see the vision, and he would be a great player, with in that kind of role with everything that he offers 100%. But I think Koa Pete has very high potential as an advantage creator just because of how elite he is at getting downhill, bullying defenders, rising off the floor, taking contact, finishing through that contact with his great touch. You'll see throughout this video, he dunks on people all the time. Like, he is just an absolute force at the rim, and he is elite at getting there. Like, there's gonna be clips where defenses throw a lot of attention at him, try to get at his dribble, try to dig at him in the gaps, and he just blows right through it and gets to exactly where he wants to get. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to show you guys why Koa Pete has legitimate potential as an advantage creator in the future, and a very dominant one at that. Like, you're going to see that in this first clip. He's going to be at the top of the wing right here, dribbling up to this decently sized defender. I think this guy's probably a little bit taller than Koa is, and he's just going to go to work, hit a couple tweens right here. And this is the main thing about Koa. This guy's a little bit taller than him. Koa is a nightmare, is a matchup nightmare. Like, you can't put a guard on him, they'll be too small. You can't put a big on him, they'll be too slow. And you can't really put a bigger player on him because he is so physical that it really won't hinder him that much. Like, he loves to bully defenders, and he is absolutely elite at it. And you're going to see that in this first clip where he's going to, hit a couple tweens right here, hit a hezzy at the top of the key, go downhill, pound dribble right here around the free throw line, bumps this defender way off his line. Like, look, this defender is now facing the rim. He's totally backwards, and that is just because of how strong Koa Pete is, but also how good of a spin move. Like, this is a very good spin move, and you're going to see that throughout this video. The spin move is something that he likes to go to a lot, and you can see why, because it allows him to use his strength and great fluidity all in one motion, and, get defenders in situations like this. Like, this is the worst defender or the worst situation you could be in as a defender. You're literally facing the wrong direction just because of how bad you got cooked on the spin move right there. He's going to go up strong right here at the rim. This guy is able to turn around and meet him, but Koa is so strong at the apex that it just doesn't matter. Like, he just bullies this guy out of the way. It doesn't even look like Koa's taking contact. It looks like he's just going up for a normal layup because he doesn't feel this guy's body because he's so strong and he's so athletic at the rim. And you can see how much defensive attention he brings even though he's about to finish this layup. Look, these guys are all wide open right here. that's the type of attention Koa brings. Like, I don't want to compare him to Zion, but this is a very similar type of effect that Zion has on an offense, where these guys will just be left wide open because the defense has to build a wall, and it doesn't even really work here. He's just going to go up super strong right here, bully this defender out of the way, and finish that tough layup. Like, you're seeing it already, the advantage creation and the ability to just finish through contact at the rim, get exactly where he wants to get, and he just bullies these guys out of the way pretty much every time. And here you're going to see that insane lateral jumping that I was talking about earlier. You know, he starts this possession off. Also, one thing about Koa, really good defender, gets in this passing lane right here, steals the ball, gets out on the fast break right here. Two guys coming after him. It's not going to matter. Jumps from outside the restricted area and just flies through the air for this dunk. Look, he's still going. He literally floats through the air. If he doesn't hang on the rim right there, he probably goes into the crowd a little bit. That's how far this guy jumps, and it's really freakish. Like, there's so many clips throughout this video of him just taking off from way outside the paint and just flying through the air laterally. He gets up really high, but he also just travels an insane distance. And that is an insanely valuable skill to have as an advantage creator, you know, in the higher levels of basketball, because there's going to be times where you're going to need to jump through those gaps and make it to the rim with acrobatic finishes. And that is something Koa Pete has shown that he is very, you know, comfortable doing, and he has all of the, you know, athletic gifts to make those plays happen consistently. You're going to see him doing a little bit more advantage creation. You see the rest of the offense is kind of spacing him out, letting him cook right here. He's going to hit this quick little jab like right here. He's going to give this defender a little shake. I really like this right here, showing the advantage creation. Doesn't even need a dribble. That is always a great sign when an offensive player can shake a defender with no dribbles right here. Just hits him. He's looking baseline, you can see, and he's just going to hit him with a little shimmy, gets this defender committing baseline, which gets him this lane right here, and he's going to dribble right to the paint. This is an absolutely insane layup right here. He pound dribbles right here into this jump stop, sees this defender stepping up, and he's just going to explode through this window right here. Two defenders, doesn't matter. He explodes right through that window, gets to the left-hand lay, and one. Like, what? That is an insane play right there. Just from the start, really good advantage creation. Gets exactly to where he wants to get. 2 feet in the paint, guy steps up. You know, you maybe say, oh, he could, you know, make a pass to this cutter right here, but there's a guy right here. So instead, just explode through this window. 2 guys jumping, it doesn't matter. And he is not afraid to finish with that left hand. A lot of these bigger players, they lack touch with that offhand very often. Koa Pete does not at all. He really loves to get to this left side of the basket, and he is elite at it, as you can see, just flying through that window with his insane explosiveness and just really, you know, smart movements right here. Like, this is wasting no time, no extra dribbles. He only takes 2 dribbles in this clip, gets to where he wants to get, sees the defense stepping up, and knows that he is so freakish of an athlete that he can just explode through this window and get to that lefty lay and one. Really tough clip right there, showing the advantage creation, you know, that I think he can really bring to the next levels of basketball. And you're going to see it again here, just how explosive he is. Getting out on the fast break, cooks this defender. He doesn't even really hit him with much, just a little in and out, gets him downhill. Pound dribble right here around the free throw line. I would like him to, you know, keep his dribble a little bit longer, but there is a defender coming over and committing, so not a bad decision to hit that pound dribble, low pickup, avoid that defender snatching. And from here, you know, most offensive players, they probably go up for a layup around this spot. This guy's hawking him down and would probably block that layup. But because Koa Pete floats off of the floor so fast, like he gets off the floor, he springs off the floor so fast, it just doesn't matter. You can't contest this shot. He gets off of 1 foot right here. He's jumping off 1 foot and just explodes on the rim instantly. Like, he rises off the court so fast, it's insane. And this isn't even like a 2-foot jump. He does not have like the greatest balance in this clip either. He's flying downhill, avoiding this guy, has a guy bumping him on his back. can't really, get all the power he wants into this jump, and is still able to, off one foot, explode on the rim. And that is just an insanely valuable skill to have, that you don't really need a bunch of, like, a lot of run up or a lot of space to explode up onto the rim. It's just showing his very functional half court athleticism, which is one of the most valuable, like, assets you can have as an offensive player, is just being able to explode off the floor before anyone else can really contest your shot. And Koa Pete has that ability, and some. Like, he is an absolute freak in the paint, like jumping. Like, he gets off the floor at an insane rate. I know I keep saying it, but it is the main skill that Koa provides, and is really what makes him such a valuable advantage creator. Like, Anthony Edwards is the type of player that I would compare him to, not in the way of like play style, but like their ability to just get off the floor at an instant, at a moment's notice, just fly off the floor. And you see how valuable that is for Ant. It's the same kind of valuable, skill to Koa. He uses this, and he will use this throughout his career, to just produce many, many looks at the rim, and he just provides that insane rim pressure just based off of that, which, again, very valuable skill for, any player, but especially an advantage creator, which I think Koa will be. Right here, a little cut. This clip is crazy. I'm just going to preface this. I don't know if he meant to do this. There's a cutter coming right here on the baseline, you can see, because this guy stepped all the way up on Koa, because that's just how much of a threat he is at the rim. He puts the ball over his head right here. Pass fake, drops it. Like, he thinks... I think this was on accident. I don't know. Like, it's a crazy clip if he meant to do this. But yeah, he holds the ball above his head like he's going to pass, then drops it like a pass fake, which gets the defense totally, like, out of, like, they're like, what? And then this defender is still with him. He just takes 1 pound dribble, explodes off the floor, reverse dunk right on top of that guy. Like, that is an absolutely insane clip, and we're just gonna say that he meant to do this, because look at this. He gets the ball in the middle of the floor. This guy steps up. This is his primary defender. He holds the ball over his head like he's gonna make this pass. Looks like he's gonna make the pass. Drops it. Totally gets the defense like, what? I thought he threw the pass. Nope, he still has the ball. Goes up, reverse dunk, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, he just explodes for that reverse dunk. He has a defender on his back too. Like, this isn't like completely uncontested. Like, he moves this defender with the pass fake. He's completely like bamboozled, and then just bullies this defender. Like, this defender's holding on for dear life right here in the paint, and it just doesn't matter. He's just gonna reverse dunk right on his head, just showing again how elite of an athlete he is. And then right here, it's just more bully ball stuff. When Koa Pete gets a full head of steam, watch out. Right here, little screen action. This guy pops up, so then he gets put on the switch right here. And I just feel bad for this defender, because look at the space between him and Koa. This is going to allow Koa to get low right here, which he does. Like, look at his body. He's getting very low for a guy who's 6'8". A lot of these, big 6'8" advantage creators struggle to get low. They really dribble standing up, like they're really straight up and down when they try to drive, and that can cause a lot of issues. Koa does not have that problem at all. He gets low pretty much every time that he drives, and it really shows and accentuates how great he is at getting to the rim, this like low stance, because look, he's lower than the defender. Jeez. And if you play sports, low man wins. And right here, low man absolutely wins. Takes this, again, hard pound dribble. We saw this earlier in the video. Spin move. Look at how far this defender gets pushed off of him. Completely loses position just because of how strong Koa is and how much speed he built up in that little amount of time. It just throws that defender completely off him like a rag doll. This defender tries to push him. Like, that's like literally all he can do at this point, is just like, fuck, I just gotta push this motherfucker at this point. Like, I got no other ideas. I mean, I can't go up and try to block that shit. I'm just going to try to push him out the way. And again, it doesn't work. This other defender steps up too and tries to block his shot. Just doesn't work. Koa's going to take all that contact and just finish with this tough little, layup at the rim. Nothing too crazy at the rim, but again, finishing through contact is very hard to do. And he took a push from the front and a guy trying to hit him in the back, and it really didn't hinder him much. It didn't bother him. He was focused on his layup. He was focused on his touch, and it paid off with this and one right here. But mostly, the main thing about this clip that I like is just how low he gets, how he explodes into the chest of this defender, just completely loses him, and then takes all of this contact at the rim and finishes. Just, this is the shit that you want to see from an advantage creator. Just the ability to put that much pressure on the rim, and when you take contact, it doesn't even bother you at all. He's an absolute monster. I'm going to be saying that throughout this video. He is a monster at the rim. Next clip, just him dribbling at the top of the key right here. Rejects that screen. Hey, like, this is the type of stuff Koa brings. Like, it is insane. A bigger defender, again, on him. Crosses, gets low. You can see he's very up and down here, but when he explodes, when he rejects the screen, he gets low, which allows him to build up this speed. Again, functional half-court athleticism. And look at the advantage creation. He's got 4 defenders closing in on him in the paint. And guess what? It just doesn't matter, because he's going to take off from outside the restricted area again and just float through the air. This defender has no chance. He doesn't expect Koa to get off the floor that quick and then also just glide past him. He literally flies past this defender, and he's completely just like, oh shit, like I thought I had him. You can see that he tried to swipe for a block, and it just doesn't work. He's just gonna fly through the air, completely avoid you, and that is really just what Koa brings, that it will be so valuable if he can develop the rest of his game, is that ability to just fly through the air and finish at the rim. If he could develop the shooting all the way and the ball handling all the way, the whole driving game, become a full-on advantage creator, this type of stuff makes you insanely difficult to stop, and it really hires your ceiling. Like, his ceiling, if he could develop all of this, would be absolutely insane. I feel like, again, I'm comparing him to Zion. He would have that kind of ceiling, in my opinion, just because of how hard he is to stop at the rim and how he just glides through the air. Very functional half-court athleticism. As I say again, just really doesn't need all that space and speed to really get to these type of athletic finishes where he's just flying through the air, dunking on people. Another clip of him just dunking on guys. That's what a lot of this video is going to be. Just him dunking on people. Like, that is ruthless. He gets off the floor faster than anybody, man. Just yamming on that guy. Showing, again, the athleticism. The play finishing, again, if he doesn't show up as an advantage creator, if he doesn't become that, he could be a really great play finisher. And you saw that right there. This is going to be another clip just showing his insane strength. I like this little action. They ran this a lot with him, where they would pass the ball to a guard on the elbow, and then they would do a quick dribble handoff, and then the guard would pop. And this basically gives Koa a ton of room to work with. He's going to hit this tween, but then get into a post-up. And this is insane stuff right here. Like, let me rewind a little bit. So he gets into this post-up right here, okay? So this is pretty deep mid-range area, as you can see. He gets into this post-up, and in a split second, he's in the paint. He's all the way in the paint. That's how strong Koa is. That is how hard he is to stop in the post. Again, comparing him to Zion. It's kind of a similar thing that Zion does, where he just completely, you'll get him out farther than he wants to be, and he'll just put his shoulder into your chest repeatedly until he's in the paint. And Koa is great at that. You see, again, advantage creation. 2 guys are stepping up and trying to defend this at the rim, because they see their teammate getting absolutely mollywopped by Koa and getting pushed into the paint, and Koa's just going to go up strong, finish that and one. I just really like how strong he shows himself to be in this clip. Just completely, in a couple dribbles, just moves this guy into the paint, and he has no chance. This defender is taller than Koa too, but he just gets low and he explodes. He's like a bowling ball, and he's just gonna flatten you at the rim right there. And another easy finish for Koa. And you're gonna see the ball handling right there, really tough and one floater in the lane right there. But look at, like, you're not seeing a lot of really, big athletic freak type of players do shit like this, like tween, downhill, spin move, bump you, fadeaway floater, and one, takes all that contact, has shows really great touch. I'm more impressed by how just calm he is as a ball handler. He shows that he has that sauce. Like, this dude has no chance. I know this is a smaller defender, but he's just gonna go to work on him, really show him that ISO bag. And I'm telling you, Koa has that. Koa has some real ball handling flashes, and that is just an absolutely great sign with a player of his stature and his skill set. Again, going to work right there, pulls up in the mid range. That's the first jumper we're gonna see in this video, and you can see, the mechanics look good in my opinion. Goes downhill right here. Behind the back, loses this defender. He's gonna in and out, tween, cross, and then go downhill, bump this defender, go up strong in the mid range, cash out. Another defender also stepped up right there on the wing, and it didn't really matter at all. He's just an absolute force. I guess you can say, like, oh, he got cut off in this clip, but he shows, like, look at this defender. He shows, like, that if he gets cut off and they're not giving him the rim, he can pull up. He has shown signs as a pull-up jump shooter, and that combined with everything else that he has is just probably the best tools that you could ask for an advantage creator, someone that can do this to a defender, because they're so scared of them getting to the rim, and he can just use his body and just move guys off their line and really cross them up. Like, this is good advantage creation. You don't see 6'8", 240-pound guys really doing shit like this, bumping guys, getting right to the middle of the free throw line, pulling up with another guy jumping in his face, and he stays perfectly calm, has really nice form right here, doesn't fade away from the basket, and just laces that right there. I really, really like that clip, even though he got cut off. Another pull-up midi clip right there, showing his deceleration. Another thing he's really good at is staying in control. He's very fast, but he can slow all the way down. Being able to slow all the way down is damn near as important as how fast that you are. Like, he shows that right here. He gets the angle that he wants. Look how low he gets right there. That is a really good clip to show the angle of how low he gets. Very straight, like, line right there. You can see his knees are bent, just totally pointing downhill, pointing towards the rim, which gets this defender to commit, which makes sense. I mean, you don't want this motherfucker getting to the rim. He gets down hard right here, sees all these guys step up again, advantage creation, stops on a dime, pound dribble, pulls up. Look how far this defender fucking glided away because of how scared he was of Koa getting to the rim, and how fast and strong Koa is, which basically, sent this dude out of the way, so much so that this guy has to step up on the jumper. And again, really solid form right here, straight up and down. I like the mechanics. Very good 45-degree angle, high release, good touch right here. And he's just going to cash out in the mid-range. I'm telling you, this motherfucker can shoot. You're going to see it here again. He's going to rise up for this hezzy pull behind the three-point line. Look at the form. The form is very nice, okay? A lot of these players that are big and strong like this and don't really show all the shooting flashes, and that's like people's main worry about them, they also tend to have really bad mechanics, and Koa does not. Koa has really exactly what you're looking for. Quick, fast, high release, good touch, straight up and down. There's not a lot of complications in his jumper, as you can see. He can really just pull up into it as well. He's a good pull up jump shooter, which is also very hard for these bigger players to develop. And he shows that. He keeps the ball high. He keeps it on a straight line. His elbow's bent. He doesn't shoot with both hands. I know that's like, these are D1 basketball recruits. Like, they shouldn't be shooting with two hands. I swear to God, there's a good amount that, like, they low-key be shooting with two hands because they haven't developed their shooting all the way. Koa has. You can see it. You can see that this is a developing shooter, that this is a guy that could eventually take that shooting jump, and I'm banking on that. If he takes that shooting jump just a little bit, he'll be crazy, okay? Like, this is what needs to happen, though, for him to be an advantage creator, for him to be able to hit more shots like that. And I really do believe that that is something that he, eventually will be able to do. He's a very young player. And at Arizona, he's going to be tasked with doing this more, most likely. Maybe he'll have more of an off ball role, but I really hope that they give him on ball reps because that's where I feel like he shows the most potential. Because he can do stuff like this. Like, he's going to show, again, the rim pressure right here. This defender has to back up because he's so scared of Koa just flying through the air like an acrobat. He's going to hard dribble right here, hezzy, and then just pull up right into this jumper. Very, very good getting low before he pulls up and shoots right there. Rises up straight into the jumper, very straight up and down. Then shows the high release, good form right there, and cashes out over that defender. Again, I'm telling you that he shows potential as a shooter. And the more impressive thing about these clips is that these are all off the dribble. Anyone can be like a off the catch shooter. He can shoot off the dribble, and if you are able to, be a pull up jump shooter when players go under, especially with everything else that he provides, you're going to be insanely hard to stop. And that's why I keep comparing him to Zion. I'm not saying he's gonna be like Zion. Like, Zion's one of the most like hyped up prospects in the last 10 years, but they show a lot of similarities. Except Koa's taller and not as girthy, but he has all these other things that he does so great. Like, I'd say Koa's a better ball handler than Zion was at his age, but he's a little less athletic than Zion, but he's still an insane athlete. He really, really shows so many bright spots in his game, and that's why I'm so high on him. This is more advantage creation. I love this clip right here showing, again, the ball handling is really, really what jumps off for Koa. Not, I guess the athleticism, shows up more so, like, people when they watch Koa, that's the first thing they see, but that's the first thing that I saw is just how great he is at breaking down defenders off the dribble, and just how great he is handling the rock in general. He moves so naturally. He moves like a guard. Like, right here, goes downhill, gets cut off, sees this defender step up, and he's going to be like, okay, let me take this again. In and out, cross right there, completely gets this defender just out of position. Just look at him. He's on his toes, and it doesn't matter. He's reaching, and he's going to completely miss. Like, he got crossed bad on that clip. This guy's going to step up. This guy's going to step up too. Both guys step up, try to rip at his dribble. Doesn't happen. He keeps it, goes through that, like, with a little, like, tuck like a running back, picks it up, tucks through there. Really good recognition too to see those guys stepping up, because he knows he has number 20 burnt right there. He totally just crossed the shit out of him. So when those guys, he knows they're going to step up, he knows to keep that ball in his chest, keep it strong, which he does. Completely avoids those guys stepping up. Again, more advantage creation. You see these two guys not even looking at their assignment. They're coming over to get on Koa, and it just doesn't really matter. He's just going to get to the rim with that tough layup right there. Just an absolute elite player at getting all the way to the rim and bumping guys and just creating stuff off the dribble, man. Bump, in and out, cross. That dude is totally cooked. And then this guy steps up. He's in a good position to step up right here. And it just doesn't matter. Koa's strong with the ball. And he's really smart and gets to where he wants to get and avoids those extra defenders. He has very high feel. That's another thing I haven't touched on enough. Koa has great scoring feel. Like, he knows how to play the game. He knows when defenders are going to step up on him, and he has the perfect reactions every time, I feel like, to get that ball in his arms and hold it strong and get to the rim, because he's an absolute battering ram, man, when he is able to get downhill, and he knows that. So he's going to use that to his advantage every time, and he knows that the defenders know that. So he knows who's going to step up, he knows when they're going to step up, and he's always making the correct play with the ball in his hands to avoid, maybe a turnover or, extra defender cutting off his lane to the basket. He is always making the right decisions in those moments. Like, he is a great quick processor off the dribble. Not really as a passer. The passing is a little bit of a work in progress, but as a scorer, he processes the game very well at high speeds. And you're going to see that here. Holy shit, this guy. don't ever try to take a charge on Koa Pete, because hey, that's what's gonna happen to you. Holy shit. He explodes off the floor. That is insane half court functional athleticism right there. You see up here, this defender's pressing him. Don't do that to Koa, because he's gonna cook you real fast. Look how low he gets. He doesn't even really make a move here. He's just gonna turn the corner and get super low, blow by this defender completely. You step up, he doesn't even have like that much room to really, get up into his jump, and it just doesn't matter. He takes 1 pound dribble off 1 foot, flies through the air, takes the contact, and just yams on this motherfucker. Like, that is probably the most impressive clip in this video, to just turn the corner like this, blow by this guy with no room really. This guy's on his back. He only has 1 pound dribble that he is able to take, and off 1 foot can explode through the air, glide through the air, and just yam on this motherfucker at the rim. Also, the advantage creation too, as I've been saying throughout this video. These guys, you see Nate Ament stepping over. This guy steps all the way over into the paint to try to take this charge. This guy's not even looking at his offensive player. Like, if the passing develops, holy shit, the reads are going to be so easy for Koa Pete. Like, these guys literally all collapse in at the same time because they have to. He's that much of a presence at the rim. And even when you step up, it's not going to fucking matter. Hey, like, that's on your head, bro. Get out the way. Jesus Christ. Just showing all the athletic gifts in that clip. More advantage creation. I really like this. He's going to hit this little anchor tween, like right there, and then cross, in and out. Then he gets low right here, bumps this defender with this pound dribble, just puts a shoulder in his chest, sends this defender into the crowd, like hits this dude in the gray right here. Like, that's how strong Koa Pete is and how fast he is. When he builds up that speed, he's like a fucking wrecking ball. Tween, in and out, gets downhill, bump right there with the shoulder. This dude's fucking flying. Like, he's literally out of the play. This is a half court on ball rep for Koa, and look at the shot that he's taking. It's wide the fuck open. It's just a little it's like a practice layup, because he just sent this defender literally into the fucking crowd, damn near hit the ref. Like, that is insane strength, speed, power, just getting to where he wants to get, knowing this defender is skinny. He's taller than Koa, but he's skinny, doesn't have the core to stay with Koa, and he's just gonna bump him out of the way, get right where he wants to get. Easy little layup. And this clip is gonna be the last one of the game. It's just another athletic clip from Koa on the fast break. This kid, bro, don't ever step up. He tries to take another charge. This is for all the D1 hoopers next year. If you play Arizona, which is where Koa Pete's gonna be playing next year, don't try to take a charge. Don't. Because, hey, that's what's gonna fucking happen to you. Like, holy shit. He flies through the air right here. Again, he's taking off from outside the restricted area, 1 foot outside of the paint. He flies off the floor, floats through the air, and with 2 hands just fucking hangs his nuts on this defender's face. Like, that is so disrespectful, bro. To dunk on a motherfucker like that. Let's watch that one more time. Holy shit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Oh my god. Don't ever try to jump with Koa. Don't ever try to take a charge. If he's running towards the rim like that at you, get out the way. Just let him have the dunk. It's only gonna get worse if you try to do something. He's gonna embarrass you with just his insane speed, his insane athleticism, his insane strength, okay? That is why I am a buyer in Koa Pete as an advantage creator. It is all of the tangible gifts that he has, parlayed with the already pretty good baseline skill set you saw throughout this video. Really adept ball handler, really calm ball handler, can break down defenders off the dribble, has a couple go-to moves that really cook up defenders. And when you can put that all together, parlayed with the fact that his shooting isn't awful, it's developing. It's there. It's something that you could maybe bank on. Koa Pete is a monster, and he's gonna eventually, in my opinion, become a super valuable off the dribble advantage creator in the half court, just based off all the gifts that he has. And I really feel like I don't think people are sleeping on him. Like, he's on the 2026 NBA mock draft. Like, if you're on the 2026 NBA mock draft, people aren't really sleeping on you, but I don't think people really grasp how good this guy could be. They just see an athlete. They just see a big athlete, and they don't really see the skill that I see in him and the advantage creation. They just see a play finisher, lob threat kind of guy. I think Koa Pete could be the next jumbo advantage creator, just in the next line of those type of players, like a Zion Williamson, or let me think, who else kind of fits this athletic, like, big advantage creator mold. I would say he's not like Giannis, I guess. He's kind of similar to Giannis in a way. I guess, yeah. He's like a shorter Giannis who's more skilled. Not more skilled than Giannis right now, but I'm saying, like, at the same age. A shorter Giannis, just an insane rim pressure guy. Amin Thompson is another player that I would compare him to, even though he's not as good of a passer as Amin Thompson is. But just these huge jumbo advantage creation guys, I feel like that is where the NBA is going, is that you need guys that can create an advantage but also get to the rim and just fly through the air and finish through contact. That is exactly what Koa Pete is amazing at. So, yeah, don't sleep on the advantage creation. Koa Pete could legit be the next, like, jumbo guard type of player, in my opinion. And even if he doesn't become that, he has, like, all the gifts to be like a two-way play finishing wing as well. So really, Koa Pete, take a chance on this guy. Like, next year, I feel like he's gonna be in the draft unless something crazy happens. He's gonna be like a top uh 15 draft pick, in my opinion. Take a chance on this guy. Take a chance on this guy. The upside is insane. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this scouting report on Koa Pete. I really enjoyed making it. I loved watching this guy's film. I heard from other people that he was really good, and I had to go see for myself, and I feel like I came out higher on him than even those people who told me he was good were. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't sleep on Koa Pete, man. He's going to be a monster. But, yeah, have a great day, everybody, and more videos are going to be coming out on the Essence channel soon. Just going to be more scouting breakdowns, maybe a podcast, so, be ready. So, yeah, have a great day, everyone.